Good afternoon. No, good evening, everybody. There we go. My name is Kartik, one of the co-founders of ETH Global, and I'm super excited to welcome all of you to ETH Global London. This is not a conference. If you've been to an ETH Global event before, you know what we're known for. We do two things, but our mission here is to onboard thousands of developers into the Web3 ecosystem. And this makes today's event and the rest of this weekend a hackathon. The goal here is for us to tell what all of you and help each of you learn what's possible in Web3. All of this started by focusing on builders. And what makes these events entirely different is that not only is it just about the developers for this weekend, for us, this is an opportunity for all of you to learn, get help here, and grow as individuals, and ideally end the next few weeks with finding a viable path to a career in Web3. But the most important part of this weekend and what we do is that we believe that showing is way more important than telling, which means everything that you're gonna see this weekend, we care about actually seeing and building prototypes and not just talking about what we wanna build. So this is a whole opportunity for all of you to really play and experiment and see what you can do yourself with smart contracts. We started about 7 years ago with an event called ETH Waterloo, and it's been an incredible last 7 years since. We've been able to go from one city to 6 different continents, going from South America to Africa, Amsterdam, Mexico. I'm just listing cities now. Tokyo, Lisbon, Waterloo again a few years later, Paris last year, and New York, India, and now we're back in London for the second time after a long hiatus, thanks to COVID. This is going to be an incredible weekend because we have, well, not only is this our first event of 2024, but we have over 1,000 people here in the building. 700 of them are hackers from 59 different countries, and 30% of them are new to Web3. We're gonna see so many cool things come out, and seeing so many students here as well, it just makes me super excited to see what everybody builds by Sunday. On top of all of that, I mean, just look at all the places people are coming from, representation from 6 different continents, of course, 59 different countries being represented here, and over 300 unique cities. And of course, so many people from Europe. So we're excited to welcome all of you here, and we'll be seeing a lot of you in a few more months in Brussels. But let's go back to the event. So not just only we have hackers, we have over 200 ecosystem partners who are all here to help make sure you succeed with building your projects, and 15 dedicated technical mentors on that side, with the mentor station is actually that side, to help you get unblocked at any time, which means you can find anybody any time of the day over this weekend to get help with anything technical you want to build. And because this is not a conference, there's 0 talks this weekend. What we have is 19 hands-on workshops. All of them are actually concluded by now, and you can now catch up and watch all of them on demand to learn about any of the protocols, or just catch up and see what you missed, or if you want to look at something again. But all the speakers are also here in the building, so you can also just go find them and ask them for anything else you want to know. All right. The best part, maybe we can finally get some noise here. I feel like you're either too attentive or just not paying attention at all. $270,000 in prizes to be won this weekend. Thanks to our incredible partners. Keep clapping for all of them. I'm gonna go as fast as I can. So, 3, 2, 1, go. Thanks to Arbitrum, Avail, Chiliz, Filecoin, Gnosis Pay, Laplace Fintech, Nethermind, PancakeSwap, WorldCoin, ApeCoin, Base, Celos, Circle, ENS, Ethereum Foundation, Hyperlane, Near, Save, Uniswap Foundation, Aztecs, Chainlink Dynamic, Phoenix, Flashbots, Galadriel, Layer Zero, Morpho, and Powerloom. All of these companies are here this weekend. Good to see some energy, and they're giving away a lot of prizes, and we'll see all of this on Sunday. But let's go into the logistics. So let's talk about the weekend. I want to spend the next 10 minutes just talking about how to structure the rest of the next 3 days for you, and we'll kind of talk about all the things ranging from how you can get help, everything about this venue, how judging works, how team formation works, and everything in between. And of course, we'll cover at the end all the prizes, and we're just going to give you some quick overview of how those prizes are set up. Rule number 1, do not use Wi-Fi hotspots. We've gone and done a lot of work to make sure that you have coverage in every single corner of this building, And the second you turn on a Wi-Fi hotspot, you mess the spectrum, which means anybody who you're around with will also now suffer with degraded performance on Wi-Fi. If something is not working, the best course of action is to complain to us about it. We'll go fix it. We'll have people on duty. They're just literally monitoring the Wi-Fi service. We'll go find where you are sitting, and we'll see what's going on. But do not turn on hotspots because it affects everybody else too. So anytime you feel like you are seeing not the good Wi-Fi speeds and you're messaging us, just tell us where you're sitting, and we'll be able to look at that. Next up, on security. This is a private event, which means that we have security making sure that only people who are allowed to be here are in the building. So at all point, please make sure you have your wristband and your badges on you. And if you don't have them, security guards will be escorting you out. So make sure you keep track of both of those things and you don't lose that, especially if you go back and come back the next day. If you don't have your wristband on you, you will be denied entry, and we are not issuing a second wristband to a person. So if something goes wrong, if you lose it, or if it breaks, we need to know immediately. Otherwise, we need to also see the broken one to replace it. But if you just magically lost it, you will not be allowed to come back into the building. This is a hard policy. All right, a couple other things. On to my left and your right is a small door. That door is what's going to be used as an exit after 11 p.m. and until 8 a.m. So the entrance you came from today to check in is not the same as the night entrance. You go through that door on this floor. After 8 a.m. tomorrow, the same entrance resumes on the other side where you all came in. So just keep that in mind. If you end up on the other side, don't worry, somebody will redirect you. But just a quick thing for you to remember that 11 p.m. to 8 a.m., the exit is on that side. There's also a lot of signs there, so you won't be able to miss it. And last but not least, do not leave your belongings unattended. Yes, this venue is available 24/7, and yes, we have people watching around making sure that people who are allowed to be here are in the building, but ETH Global will not be responsible for any lost or stolen items, so please make sure that you protect your valuables. And don't make a mess. Keep the venue tidy. If you're eating something, make sure you actually put that in the garbage can. There's a lot of them nearby. Don't just keep stacking garbage on your tables. Just make it clean for everybody else. Now let's talk about a couple other things. So just to get a quick idea of this venue, everything is happening on this floor. I'll spend only 5 seconds on this thing. We are at the bottom where the hacking space and the main stage is. There's a lot more hacking rooms on the other side. There's 2 other rooms. You've already had food so far, so you know where the food area is. And on to my left again and your right is where judging is going to be on Sunday. There's a separate area where all the couches are. On Sunday, that's where you have to go to get your projects judged. That's all that matters for this venue. This is also on our website, so you don't have to remember this thing, and you can see printouts of this map everywhere in the building too. And today we're going to be also doing another meal at midnight. We're going to get some street food. So at midnight, you get to enjoy some of these things, or these things. And tomorrow, we're going to be offering bubble tea. So from 3 to 6 p.m., you get to try out bubble tea. You'll all be also in this floor. And you get to have some fun time. So see, that's the part you clap for? Interesting. And don't forget to take a selfie at the photo booth. These are digital, so you get to see, have a nice memorabilia of this event. All right, I see where your priorities are. And if you haven't already picked up your swag bag, you get to see a lot of cool collectibles. Make sure you go to the registration area and pick up your swag bag. You just have to get your badge scanned, and we'll make sure that we give you a lot of cool stuff for this event. Now, let's talk about communication. Everything that we're going to be doing for this entire weekend is going to be on Discord. If you are not already on the Discord, head over to ethglobal.com/discord, and you'll be able to see all the right permissions. If you're a hacker, it's part of your RSVP flow, so you should already see all the channels. And this, as a reminder, is the primary place for all of our communication, which means anything that we announce, if something is running late, if something is on track, if we're like, the food is here, all that gets announced on Discord first. And that's where we're going to be communicating. Especially for Sunday, it matters because when we were judging hundreds of projects, we want to have a streamlined way of messaging everybody, and that is Discord. This is also the place where all of our partners are, which means that if you have any questions about how to use a different SDK or an API, you can find a channel with that company's name, and you get to message everybody there. There's a lot of people who are here in person, but some people are sending team members to just watch Discord without traveling here, because not everybody from the team is here. So you'll have a lot of coverage on Discord, and you get to ask any questions to our mentors or any of the protocols. And these are all private channels, which means that if you are not confirmed on your dashboard, you won't be able to see any of these channels, so make sure that you are all correctly signed in. All right, next up. Everything else is going to be on our website. And turns out that this is a TLD. You can find out the website by going to ethglobal.london. So if you want to just quickly understand where the schedule is or how you get to your dashboard, just head over to ethglobal.london. Now comes the fun stuff. You're in person. Talk to each other. There's a lot of you here. There's actually over 1,000 of you here. If you have any questions or if you don't know why this bug is happening, you can likely just shout and ask, who the hell knows how this React bug fix works? And chances are somebody will help you. And if not, you can go to the mentor station on that side. They're there for sure. Okay. Who's still paying attention? It's very quiet. All right, this is great. Let's talk about two awesome new things that we wanted to bring out today. It's part of us being more on-chain this year. So there's two things I want to talk about. The first one is your wristbands. And the second one is your Hacker Faucet. So to those of you who raised your hands, keep them raised for 5 more seconds. And now, point them to the person on your left. Great. The person on your left should bring out their cell phone and try to scan the wristband. And you'll see a cool NFC chip on each of your wristbands. There we go. I'm seeing some, oh, awesome. This is a way for you to meet everybody else in the building. You get to connect with everybody else, whether it's our partners, our volunteers, our mentors, the ETH Global team, or all of you hackers. Not only that, you also get to see all the stuff that you've done this weekend, which means anywhere from you attending a workshop to the projects you're going to get judged on Sunday and everything in between to all the midnight snacks you're about to consume. All that shows up on this, and you get to meet with everybody else and share this and maintain a graph of what's happened for you this weekend. Yeah. And the best part is after this event, we're going to put these things as attestations on chain, so you actually now have a history of what you've done in person with a global community thanks to cool NFC stuff. If you ever want to see what you did yourself, you can just head over to ethglobal.com/connect, and you'll see the history of everybody you met and a memorabilia of how that happened. So give that a check, or just give that a try, and be sure to connect with as many people as possible, because there may or may not be a leaderboard at the end of the day. And the second thing we want to talk about is making sure that we are there to help you build as smoothly as possible. If you are looking for a lot of testnet tokens, we have a faucet that is open to just the hackers for this event. You can just head over to ethglobal.com/faucet, and you'll be able to get testnet tokens for 14 different chains, any Ethereum testnet, any layer 2 testnet, different protocols like Filecoin or Polygon. You get to do all those things, and you just automatically get those tokens delivered to the address you verified on our account. So just head over to ethglobal.com/faucet, and you'll be able to play and be ready to do all of the testing for this weekend. All right, next up. How does the hackathon actually work? Well, officially, the hackathon starts at 9, but given that it's 8:30, we'll let you start early. So you can start hacking now, and you can have a team of up to 5 people to work on your project, and you have the next 36.5 hours to hack. Keep in mind that submissions are due at 9 a.m. On Sunday, so that gives you just enough time to get everything ready and do prototyping and get all the feedback you need, but make sure that you are ready before the 9 a.m. deadline. The rule and criteria is fairly straightforward. Everything that you submit must be done from scratch. You cannot build on an existing project. You cannot convert something from one chain to another. You cannot add a feature to something you've been working on in the past. We want to make sure this is fair to everybody. So please make sure that you are starting from scratch. And most importantly, if you commit one commit for this whole event with 100,000 lines, you're going to get disqualified. So make sure you use version control properly. Don't just submit 1 or 2 commits with hundreds of thousands of lines. we need to see the actual trail. Otherwise, we default assume this did not follow the rules. And of course, the key important piece here is that only people who have RSVP'd and checked in are eligible to win any prizes, which means if your team member did not show up and they're still listed on your team, they will automatically be removed from your project. And if they did not check in at all, they cannot submit, and you will not win a prize for not following the rules. Other stuff. There's a lot of things happening here, of course, but we wanted to make sure that we get all the workshops and the content out of the way as early as possible so that you can learn from it on demand. Everything here is on your dashboard, which you can see on your website or on the website. But any workshop that happened today, if you were a little bit late or if you wanted to attend two that were happening at the same time, don't worry, all that was recorded and it's now available for you on demand. You can just head over to ethglobal.tv and you can pause, play, zoom in, and just look at everything that happened in any of those workshops. And you can find any of the speakers here too to help answer any of your outstanding questions. And if you have anything else that I missed, I'm only covering key things. Come find anybody on the ETH Global team, message us on Discord, send us an email, find me, anything. Connect me with my NFC and ask me a question on that whole thing. All that is possible. We'll be happy to answer any of those questions for you. And also, just to quickly talk about mentorship, all of our mentors are wearing these jackets. It'll be very easy to figure out who is there to help you. You can find somebody in his jacket, and they are there to help. So if you need any help, find somebody with an orange jacket, and you can ask them technical questions. As simple as that. Let's talk about judging. So submissions are due at 9 a.m. And that means when you have to submit your project, you'll be given a choice. You'll be given a choice to pick one of these two tracks, if you want to go for the main judging or just the partner judging. Both of these things happen at the same time. It's from 9:30 a.m. to 12 p.m. And here is the difference. If you pick main judging, it means that you want to go and be part of the top 10 finalist track. But also, you want to qualify for any of the partner prizes that are listed on our prize page. If you want to be going for just the partner prizes, you get to pick the partner judging prize. Now, this is what it entails. Actually, I'll just do it here. Perfect. So if you do just the partner judging, it means that anytime you want to pick a prize you want to qualify for, you will have to go to that partner's table on this floor and present your project to them. So if you say, I want to go for these 3 prizes, you're going to have to do 3 demos to each of those partners of the same thing that you built from 9:30 a.m. to 12 p.m. Some partners will want the live demo. Some of them will just say, we're looking at everything async, and we'll just look at what you submitted. And they'll look at the submission content first, not the live demo necessarily, which means that they want to be able to look at your source code, they want to be able to look at the documentation you provided, and that's how they're looking at the partner judging. On the main judging side, what happens is you're also trying to qualify for the top 10 prizes, which means that in addition to those 3 demos from the last example, you're going to have to do a 4th one to the main judges to qualify for the top 10. And in that world, you are given 7 minutes each. So once you go to that room over there on my left and your right, you'll be assigned a group for judges, and you'll be given 7 minutes. 4 minutes of it will be a live demo, and then the judges will ask you questions, and that'll help us determine if you are going to qualify to be a top 10 finalists for this event. We also recommend that you quickly record a video demo of your submission in case something goes wrong. Something like a testnet breaks, or things are taking too long, or the gas prices magically goes up. We don't want that to affect your demo, so while we still recommend that you do live demos, just have a video ready in case something goes wrong so you can switch to it and fall back. And the most important piece is that once you go to the submission part, it will take you at least 30 minutes to figure this out, because you have to provide a lot of detail, including stuff like, this is the specific line I'm using this API, this is how all of this works, this is how the SDK is being used in this particular page. All those details are required to win any prizes, so make sure that you are going through the submission pages and understanding what you need to get ready in part of the submission process. All that is happening on your dashboard, so you don't have to worry about any of those details around where do I find all these things. We'll be notifying you a lot of times, but make sure that you are setting aside 30 to 60 minutes for submitting your project. And make sure that all of your team members are listed. So at the end of the day, if there's one takeaway from the submission project, make sure that everything you submit on the page is really good. The better you're able to communicate what you did, the better your chances are for winning any prizes, and that makes everything easier for everybody because we can simply understand how something works instead of assuming, which only hurts you. All right, couple other small things. Code of conduct. All the event rules are listed on ethglobal.com/rules. But the gist of it is, please be respectful. This is an in-person event. We will not tolerate any harassment of any kind. If somebody is behaving the way they shouldn't, please let any of the ETH Global team members know, and we'll take immediate action. And anything that you build here is going to be solely owned by you, which means that you are the rightful owners of the IP as a whole team. Neither ETH Global, nobody else, nor our partners own anything you build, so you are free to do whatever you want with your project, and in case something becomes super cool and successful, you get to benefit off of your own hard work. So keeping it simple, and of course, anything else that I missed, make sure that you get to ask us, and we'll be happy to answer any of those questions. All right, next up is some of our partner keynotes. What we want to do is we want to bring on a few people here to quickly tell you who they are, why they're excited to be part of the whole hackathon, and what you can do with a lot of their protocols and the prizes you can win from them.
What's up, guys? How are we doing? I'm James from Protocol Labs. For those of you who don't know who Protocol Labs are, we're an innovation network. We're about 600 different organizations that connect across the network to solve problems, to share resources and knowledge, and ultimately accelerate research and development. We've built a bunch of tech. Two of the tech that we've built, we'll be offering prizes for. The first is Filecoin. I'm sure many of you know Filecoin is a decentralized storage network. It's also a layer 1 blockchain. We're looking for people to build interesting new apps, dev tooling, or tooling for storage providers across the Filecoin economy. Be innovative, be exciting. Think of bubble tea use cases as an inspiration. You can build on FVM, you can build on Filecoin nodes, you can build on any of our storage on-ramps. If you just submit to IPFS, another tech we built, you won't qualify, sadly. We have about 10 grand in dollars up for grabs, which is what, about 8 bags of sand? I don't entirely know. But a lot of money is good prizes. And then IPC, it's a new approach to scalability. You can do both vertical and horizontal scaling through recursive subnets, super cutting edge new tech. We're looking for a really meaningful usage of IPC, and there's bonus points for advanced configurations of the tech. You must deploy a subnet, importantly, and you must show that you're using the general message purposing. You can build some really cool stuff with Filecoin. Here's some inspiration, but we want you to be imaginative. You can do data marketplace stuff with the Filecoin virtual machine. You can do data onboarding solutions. You can build at the interface of AI and Filecoin, or you can use IPC to spin up subnets for gaming, computation. There's new interesting FVM runtimes on both blockchain VMs, and then also a bunch of other use cases like virtualization tech like Docker. Super cool, super fun. You can spin up group chats with your friends on a subnet and talk about how much you love ETH Global as an example. If you hit this QR code or go over to the booth and hit the QR code, it will tell you everything you need to know. There's requests for startup, there's ideas, there's starter packs, there's so much more. Look forward to seeing you on Sunday, and happy hacking, everyone. Enjoy.
Hi, everyone. So, Nethermind, we are core developers and researchers in the Ethereum ecosystem, and there's over 200 of us in 50 countries around the world. We all work remotely, and hopefully we'll work with you together. I started Nethermind 6 years ago, around 30 minutes walking distance from here, and my first 3-4 days were about hacking. I learned Python, I learned a bit Solidity, I started exploring, I started trying what is about Ethereum that I can build. So I started a company without knowing exactly how it will look in years. And I hope that that's, for many of you, this is the journey that you're starting it. And hopefully on your journey, Nethermind will be there, because we're building nowadays so many projects. We're building on Ethereum, we're building on Starknet, we're building with multiple partners, and we provide also prizes for you to build with us, with our partners. We are here, there's around 15 of us that will help you as mentors, and we'll be around. We hope for your questions now, in this weekend, and also after, for the years to come, because after my first days for Nethermind, when I was hacking, I started building, and I think that's what really matters, what you will do on Monday. Will you continue the journey? Because the idea maybe doesn't matter, the name doesn't matter, The Nethermind's name was about the name doesn't matter. It's about how long you can build, how much you can deliver, and how much you stay in the ecosystem. Also, EVE Global London, the first time that happened, 4 years ago, for me, was the first time when I really felt like I'm part of this community, when I was introduced to so many people, and I think that's what will happen for many of you as well. And it's an amazing time when you meet more and more hackers, and you start feeling that you build more, and you build more globally, and hopefully you'll be building it all with Nethermind. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Hello, everyone. This is Chef Momo. I am a product manager at PancakeSwap, and which is a leading multi-chain DEX. So we launched V3 the last year, where we implemented the CLMM model. Today, I am excited to announce PancakeSwap V4, which tackles 3 key pain points of the current version. Number 1 is the flexibility to extend the liquidity pool functionality. Number 2 is the adaptability to support any new pricing curves on the go. And number 3 is the scalability through gas optimization techniques. So how did we achieve this? Through a fully modular 3-layered architecture. Layer 1 is the accounting layer of the vault, which manages all the net settlements with the users, and through flash accounting results into gas savings. Number 2 is the AMM layer or pool managers, which consists of all the AMM logics. Now each pool manager is a separate singleton implementation, and again benefits from massive gas savings. The notable part is that now you can add any pricing curve on the go. Layer 3 is the custom layer or hooks. So now it's possible to add any custom feature to the liquidity pools, including order types or dynamic fees and much more. Now, in a nutshell, like for developers and protocols, it brings like endless customization possibilities. They can get a chance to build new innovative products and create a revenue stream, and then leverage PancakeSwap's user base and deep liquidity. For traders and LPs, they can expect massive gas savings and streamlined operations, choose from a range of features through hooks, and then also have access to a variety of AMM designs and unlimited fee tiers. On top of this, another big reveal for the day is the PancakeSwap's dynamic fee hook, which tackles the critical impermanent loss issue and works on the rationale of enabling fair transfer of value between LPs and the counterparties. The model is parameterless, and the simulation historical results have been amazing, with increase of APY by up to 2x across several various market scenarios. Lastly, I'm delighted to also announce $500,000 developer program for V4, which includes cake emission grant program, hackathons, ambassador program, and much more. It kicks off today with the hackathon, and we invite all the developers to join our Discord channel and stay tuned for more updates. For any question regarding V4 or the developer program, please connect with us at our booth. And yeah, thank you everyone for your time today.
I don't know how I'm going to follow that, but I will try. Okay, so for anyone that isn't aware, Chiliz was launched in 2018 and represents the forefront of SportFi, merging sports brands with decentralized technology to create an innovative and diverse digital ecosystem, bridging the gap between Web 2 and Web 3 through its development of Socios.com, fan tokens as an asset class, and fan-owned membership utility, and, of course, Chiliz Chain. The Chiliz ecosystem includes countless brands spanning infrastructure providers, community apps, developers, global exchanges, and top sports organizations, all aimed at enhancing fan engagement and unprecedented brand interaction and rewards. The infrastructure, built by Chiliz, includes Chiliz Chain, a Layer 1 EVM-compatible blockchain tailored for the sports and entertainment industry. Launched in only May last year as a permission chain and made permissionless only in November, we're really pretty new. And even so, partnerships and projects building on chain are booming, with current transactions on chain now standing at over 13 million and counting. Chili's chain forms the backbone for products like Socios.com, a fan engagement and rewards platform that leverages fan tokens to offer unique membership experiences and also supports ecosystem through Chili's Labs, which aids early-stage blockchain projects in sports, and Chili's and a fan token DEX launching soon. We just announced a major partnership with Paris Saint-Germain Football Club and Korea's K-League as node validators, and the launch of Coach League One fantasy football game. I'm running out of time. I'm missing so much information here. So last month saw the launch of our new token economics model for Chili's token in order to foster ecosystem growth. So I'll close it with, we're really, really thrilled to be here. We're really excited to see what you guys are going to build and who gets to win part of our 20K prize pool. So good luck and happy hacking. Thank you, everyone.
Hi, I'm Anurag, co-founder of Avail, previously co-founder of Polygon. Like a lot of people like you, I joined crypto through one of these hackathons. You know, I was with Karthik when we did part of the first ETH India hackathon back in 2018, and you know, I was talking to him yesterday how things have changed over the last 6-7 years, and you know, I'm very proud of what ETH Global has become. Quickly, I'll just kind of take you through what Avail is. Avail is this new sort of network that focuses on data availability, and it builds for the rollup ecosystem. Those of you don't know too much about rollups, it's a very fascinating area of activity in the Ethereum ecosystem in general, and you should actually take a look at what rollups do. There are these EVM sort of rollups that have been the first, but there are a lot of app-specific rollups that are coming, and Avail is infrastructure that helps power this rollup-centric future. We also build on top of Avail DA in general to build what we call the Avail Trinity. This is comprising of Avail DA, Nexus, and Avail Fusion. I'll not get into too much detail on those. Yeah, these are some of the projects that we have for the hackathon. One, the Denkun upgrade just went live. So we would like for a team to build a great visualizer for pre and post EIP 4844 on Ethereum and be as creative as possible. Other projects you can build with Avail are, you can see on the screen. These are to do with app-specific rollups, light client tooling, and such. And relevant projects can also qualify for long-term support and grants via Avail Uncharted. You can meet the team at our booth. Thank you very much, and happy hacking.
Yeah, so I work at the Arbitrum Foundation, and to give my little pitch, Arbitrum is a layer 2 scaling protocol. It's a home for DeFi and gaming. Why we all really like rollups and layer 2 just because of their low transaction fees, we minimize trust, and it's drop-in compatible. You can deploy your Solidity contract. But one thing I want to highlight is the low-cost transactions. Thanks to the recent upgrade on Ethereum, we now have EIP 4844, and the fees have dropped, and we've moved on from basically the dial-up era to broadband. So I want to take this opportunity to give a round of applause to both the Ethereum community and the Ethereum core devs for all the hard work that went into DankCon. So if you're ready, let's give the Ethereum community a round of applause. Woo! Awesome. It's really thanks to them that we have low fees. But also we should be careful. Now that we have lower fees, now that we're in the broadband era, there's going to be so many micro bottles. It's now an arm race to keep those fees low. So I'm really excited for all of that. So I just want to highlight Stylus as one of our bounties for the hackathon. Stylus is a virtual machine where you can use WASM, and you can send an interaction to an EVM Solidity smart contract. So if you guys want to play with Rust, C++, C, everything else, come to the booth. We can chat about it. It's going to be really cool. Basically the EVM Plus. And now our bounties. The first bounty, as I mentioned, was for Stylus. So really, I just want people to play with Stylus, deploy some smart contracts, and get their hands dirty. So if you deploy something there, come to the booth. Maybe you want to build a cool library. So one thing that would be really cool is like forced inclusion. You know, send a transaction to the blockchain and forcefully get it included on the rollup. Build a cool library or framework. Decentralized social. So I'm sure people have used Farcaster and Lens. Can we build something cool for Arbitrum? And finally, the most original. I mean, this is a hackathon. When you build a project, it's not about a startup. It's about building something really cool just for fun. So go wild. Build something really cool. Deploy it in Arbitrum. Go for the bounty. And then, of course, there's a prize pool. I think most people here know how prize pools work. So I'll leave it at that. Thank you, guys. Have a great night.
Hey, everyone. I'm Ian. I do developer relations at WorldCoin. So WorldCoin is answering one really big, really important question. How do you know who or what is a real and unique person online? To answer that, we've built World ID, our privacy-preserving proof of personhood protocol. Lets you prove online that you're a real human doing an action only once without revealing to anybody, not even to WorldCoin, which unique human you are. To do that, we use the orb. The orb makes sure that you're actually a real human, not a cat, not a dog, not someone holding up a photo of a human. And it does that with an image of your irises. It calculates an iris code, digital representation of the pattern of your iris, and then, by default, deletes the images, uses that iris code to make sure you're unique and only sign up once, and then verifies your self-custodial World ID. Orb's been in development since early 2019 and has gone through a bunch of different revisions. If you want to learn more, we have a clear orb over at our booth. And in World ID, we support 2 proof of personhood credentials, the orb credential, as well as a unique device credential verifying that your phone only has one World ID associated with it, making this Sybil resistance more accessible than the orb. World ID is privacy first, decentralized, and open source. There's lots of different ways you can use World ID for one person, one vote systems. Customer incentives are one I like a lot. I've spun up a lot of emails to get a lot of Netflix free trials, but World ID fixes that. World ID is super easy to integrate. You can use sign in with WorldCoin or anonymous actions. We have 20K worth of prizes in this hackathon. 10K of that is for the top 4 best overall. 2,500 for most creative, best governance, best public goods use case, 2,500 in a prize pool. And if you want to learn more about how to build on World ID, go to this link and talk to me at the booth. Thank you.
Hello, hello. I've been told I'm the last one, so ETH Global is kind of clearly saving the best for the last. But just kidding. I don't think I can beat the pancake swap guys. But yeah, I'm Deep from Gnosis Pay. I lead the marketing and the partnerships at the company. Who are we? Here's a marketing line. We are the world's first on-chain, self-custodial checkings account. But what does it really mean? It's essentially a debit card for you to spend your crypto at any Visa merchant worldwide. How is it really different from most other crypto cards that you might know? This is self-custodial. It's completely on-chain. You have access or you own your funds at all times. We disappear from the face of Earth. You still have access to your funds. How are we doing this? For the technically curious, we are essentially deploying a safe on the Gnosis chain, and then we are doing some magic on top of it with some modules that allow us to interact with Visa, with the traditional finance rails, and basically authorize transactions in under 2 seconds whenever you tap your card. Well, I forgot to actually go ahead, but this is what we do. What do we want to do in the future? We want to bring this infrastructure that we're building to as many people as possible. We want to work with wallets, allow them the possibility to issue cards for their users in a self-custodial way. We take care of everything in the background. And why are we here at ETH Global? Well, if you're a hacker, we want you to kind of build on top of our stack in some sense. And we want you to be as creative as possible. Like, build cool DeFi stuff on top of us. And it's OK even if it's not something that can go live right now, but something in the future. We want something as creative as possible. And if you're, the other call to action is we're extensively hiring technical talent. So if you're someone who really cares about building stuff real-world applications and bringing the power of blockchain to the masses, then come join us. But that's about it. Thank you so much, guys. Happy hacking.
Thanks, Steve. Those were all of our amazing partners. And to wrap everything up, I want to just do a quick highlight of some of our prizes for you to know about. I'll start with just summarizing $275,000 in prizes. The first one to talk about is Arbitrum. You kind of already saw some of it, but you can win $6,000 for building on Stylus, $6,000 on the best use of Arbitrum library, and $3,000 for building a decentralized social project, and 2 prizes for the most original prize on Arbitrum for $1,500 first place, and $500 for second place. And the pool prize category is $3,000, which means anybody who uses Arbitrum and submits for this category will split the $3,000 equally. Next up is Avail. So Avail is giving $3,000 to 3 teams for building the best project with Avail, and 2 teams can win $1,000 for making a super cool visualizer of pre and post 4844 comparison. Then we have Chiliz. There's a lot of prizes from Chiliz. If you want to build a fan utility project on Chiliz, you can win $4,000 for first place, $2,500 for second place, and third place gets $1,000. And for any SportsFi integration, you also win $4,000, $2,500, and $1,000 for second and third. And a pool prize of $5,000, which means anybody using Chiliz can split $5,000 equally. Then we have Filecoin, and a lot of good prizes for Filecoin too. So building on data economies and tools will let you win a lot of money. $4,000 for first place, $25,000 for second, and third place gets $1,000, and 5 runner-ups will get $500. Then the most meaningful use of interplanetary consensus for scalability category will win $4,000 for first, $2,500 for second, third place for $1,000, and 5 more teams for $500, and a pool prize of $2,500 that'll be split equally. Then we have Gnosis Pay. So first place gets $1,500, and second place gets $1,000 for building the most interesting interaction with Gnosis Pay. And a yield-bearing token integration for Gnosis Pay will win basically $4,500 for $2,000 for first place, second place getting $1,500, and third place getting $1,000. And 4 other innovative project winners will get $750 each. Then we have Nethermind. Lots of prizes for Nethermind. For building something with ZK, you get to win $1,500, $1,000 for first place, $500 for second. Anything related to MEV is also going to qualify for $1,500 for first and second place. For data availability and security enhancements on top of anything in Ethereum, you will win $1,000 for first place and $500 for second. For any infrastructure tool or account abstraction user experience, you're also going to win first place $1,000 and second place $500. There's a lot more for anything in Metaverse and any institutional blockchain solutions. First place $1,000 and second place $500. Anything on restaking and staking and any AI integration also wins first place $1,000 and second place $500. I feel like you're just doing this thing to top me. And last but not least, 2 projects can win $2,500 each for building on top of Starknet. Then we have PancakeSwap. So anything that is using PancakeSwap will be splitting $10,000 equally, so that's your pool prize category. And then talking about WorldCoin, you have a lot of cool uses of World ID. So first place gets $4,000, second place gets $3,000, third place gets $2,000, and honorable mention, 1 project will win $1,000. And the most creative use case, the best governance app, the best public good using WorldCoin, and a pool prize, all of them are going to win $2,500. Then we have ApeCoin, Base, Celo, Circle, ENS, Uniswap Foundation, Ethereum Foundation, Hyperlane, Near, and Safe, all offering $10,000 each in prizes. And you have Aztec, Chainlink, Dynamic, Phoenix, Flashbots, Layer 0, Galadriel, and Morpho offering $5,000 each. All this prize information is on our website. You can see specifically the rules that makes you qualify for these prizes and the documentation, Hello World starter kits, everything else from GitHub to their docs is all on the prizes page. So that's all the prizes. And with that, the one quick note is if you're still looking for a team, you can head over to the chill space on my left and to your right. Team formation will happen at 9:30 p.m. You get to meet people who are also still looking for team members to join their team or to join another team based on a skill set. You get to do all of that. And last but not least, please pace yourself. The whole goal for this weekend is to have all of you play and experiment with what's possible in Web3. This should be fun for you and not exhausting. Do sleep. Don't try to stay up all night. Take care of your body and yourselves. And this is very much about experimentation, so What matters is, at the end of the day, can you say, I learned something new 36 hours from now? And if you can answer that as a yes, that is mission accomplished. So with that, happy hacking, and we'll see you on Sunday.